Hello, hello. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name's Renee Howard. I am going live tonight. We're going to find out um, how healthy is your relationship score. Grab a pen, and we're going to keep score. Let's see. Let me see. That's not exactly this. Okay, this is okay. Great. Got my description. Okay, so I have a deck of cards here. Welcome to No Love Live with Lady Renee. Tonight we are playing an interactive relationship game using the No Love deck cards. And I'll present real life relationship scenarios and give you 3 possible responses. Each answer is worth a different number of points, but you won't know the score until after you vote. Test your relationship thinking, explore dating and relationship scenarios. We can discuss red flags, boundaries, communication, discernment, and share perspective in a respectful way. So we can learn from each other and have fun. So this is an interactive, engaging game, and I have an extra deck of cards. If anyone is interested, whoever wins, they can win a deck of cards. And just feel free to participate in the chat. You'll put A, B, or C for each question. Keep track of your points and see how you score by the end of the live. And remember, there are no perfect people, no perfect relationships, only opportunities to learn, grow, and love wiser. So subscribe and join in the conversation. Been down here for a while. And also eating dinner. Let me just tell y'all, I've had a long week and I am a little exhausted. Had quite a few interviews and I have another one tomorrow. It's Juneteenth, so I've been running around just looking at all the different events and talking to coordinators for the upcoming Destiny app. And yeah, it's been making me think a lot about dating and, being on my P's and Q's out here in these streets, getting back into dating. So I got my deck of cards here, but I'm going to let some people come in. The live has been only on for about 4 minutes, and I want at least someone to come in so that they can interact. But until then, I'm going to just relax and talk to y'all and eat and maybe look at a card for myself and see how I would respond to each question. If your partner is messy or has bad hygiene, what should you do? A, lead by example and include him or her and see if he or she is inspired. B, address it kindly and sincerely. Or C, leave him or her without explanation. Ooh, that's tough. So it would be for me A and B, but A, lead by example, and see if they are inspired. Basically, if I've been with this person, let's see, you and your partner, if your partner is messy and has bad, yeah. So it doesn't say if this is a new partner or if it's an old partner, because when you're in a new relationship, typically the person wants to put their best foot forward and they try to show you their best selves. But if something like that were to come out later on and you're already with the person and you really care for them, then you want to take time to let them know, like, okay, or just show them how important it is for them to have good hygiene. And even, point out something like if he has bad breath or yeah, you want to mention that. You don't want it to just linger because maybe they're just not aware. And sometimes people get used to their own scent. That's what I've heard. I can't get used to my own scent if there's something that is smelling on me or there's an odor that I can smell, even a hint of, then I'm definitely going to go take care of it immediately. Even after I go to the bathroom, I like to wash myself off. Um, so, won't be any residue or anything. But yeah. Or even if you have a smelly underarm, to me, you should be aware of that. But I don't know, some people aren't. And that is almost like a deal breaker. Guys don't know how cleanly you are until they're with you. Then when they get with you, they understand, okay, well, she's super neat and clean and she always smells fresh. I'm going to make sure I do the same and reciprocate. And if not, then this is a lifelong habit that you should have established a long time ago anyway. So it most likely is incompatible. You're incompatible on that. A, B, or C for that one. I've been craving Popeye's chicken all for the last 2 weeks, I guess. I've been trying to behave. I've been eating really clean. Yesterday I made black beans with a little bit of turkey tail in it, which is fatty and oily and really good for the beans and just for flavor. And then I made collard greens with turkey tail. So those two things have been keeping me full. And I just wanted a different type of meat today and to be a little bad. So I have chicken and I've decided to get a Coke as well. You're with someone and his or her family member or friend is very rude to you or doesn't like you, what should you do? I had a family member that was very rude, and I told him, about it, and he never really addressed it. He said he addressed it, but he never really corrected them, and he kind of took their side. And clearly, I was with him for over 20 years, so I stayed with him, but that should have been almost like a deal breaker because he didn't correct them. Now, had he corrected them and put them in their place and told them, no, this is my woman and she's not, here to be scrutinized, and had he stuck up for me a lot more and made it priority, especially when that person was around, then I would have considered, I would consider staying. But if that person really doesn't have a say-so, and that family member could be the aunt or it could be the mom, then that's somebody that's in our life that's very important, and they most likely aren't going to say, I love them more than I love you, and I'm not going to take your side. I'm going to side with them because they trust them more or whatever. Once you see that, that's a red flag, and you could stay and see what happens. But after, a couple times or three times, three strikes, you're out. Just go. Just let him know, I have boundaries, and being respected no matter where I am is a requirement. And that way you can hold on to your peace of mind and your integrity and your confidence. Let the relationship go. A, get to the bottom of it and ask him or her to address it. B, deal with the toxicity. Don't deal with the toxicity. That's enough. You move on. Try to get to the bottom of it. Like, you got opportunity to get, because you don't know. They don't know, may not know what's going on, but once they're aware, that they need to nip it in the bud. And if not, then you need to go. Posted all in the past 2 weeks. And then I got wet over the weekend, last weekend, and I've been stuffy ever since. So I've been very, I guess, sluggish, tired, because I can't sleep at night with a stuffy nose. I wake up and try to clear my nasal passages, then go back to sleep. I took medicine today. Typically, I try not to take medicine. But this chicken is so good. Reese, it's not polite to stare. My dog was staring at me underneath the desk. If you're in a relationship and find out he or she is still flirting with his or her ex, what should you do? Okay. Well, that clearly means that they're interested in someone else, for one, and they know that that's most likely a boundary. If they weren't upfront with you, then they were kind of hiding it and doing it secretly. So that would be a no-go for me. This is coming from 20 years of experience. So I had to go through some things in order to just be so cutthroat. But a lot of things probably in these questions, I'm going to be really straight to the point and direct with the person. And even if you call a person out on something like that, they're not going to be honest. They're just going to say, it was just this one time. I saw her at the store. She said, hit her up. And I took her number. Then she texted me. But how did she text you? You had to text her first, right? Like, all of these little things that have to happen before he made the choice to flirt with her. And by that time, it's almost like you're in an open relationship. And that's not what you signed up for, even though he hasn't physically cheated. So you have to check him on that and let him know this is a boundary. Be very direct. Let him know that if you find him talking to other people, that you will leave and you won't be talking to him again the next time. If you have kids, then you talk through my attorney, or you can talk through a friend or a family member that I trust. But when you are trying to build a relationship, it's almost like, and if you're trying to be serious, You have to exclude everyone else in order to be able to focus on treating that person the best that you can possibly treat them and giving them attentive giving them attentiveness. You don't know the person, so you really have to get to know them, and that's part of getting to know them by excluding others, especially the ex who you already may have had sex with, have a soul tie with, have great chemistry with, just didn't work out because of whatever. Now you have time on your hands and you want to go back. So why did you break up in the first place? Which means you got two minds. You're double minded. Let's see what the card says. Let the relationship go. Address the issue and give it a second chance. Ignore it and stay with the person. Y'all put it in the comments. Which will you choose to do and why? Mm-hmm. I need a strawberry jam. I need to heat this up too. I didn't give me any napkins. She did. Oh. Please go sit. It's not polite to beg, please. I know you ain't too proud either, but I'm going to remind you. When it's time, don't you worry. I got you. But anyway. Go sit. Didn't get any cutlery. It's okay though. Try to mash. It's good. Okay. If you're with someone and his or her children are disrespectful to you, what should you do? Again, this is a lifelong relationship that you're speaking about, and that's in the scenario. So they have to address that, and you give them an opportunity to address it. But if it's not resolved, then that can become very toxic, and you have to just move on. Like, your peace of mind and your energy is something you just cannot get back, and it's one of the most valuable things that you own. So you don't play with it. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your peace. Don't sacrifice your peace for happiness, a momentary happiness. You want everybody to get along, and you just don't want to be put in a place where you're compromising your own self and your health. So you give them a chance to fix it, and if not, then you just move on. Ask him or her to address the child, leave the relationship, be rude to the kid, or give an ultimatum to the person you're dating. That's a disaster. Number one. Definitely don't do number C. Option C. Delicious. Why? Okay, let's go. Next is, if you're with someone and his or her co-parent is extremely toxic, what should you do? again, it's on the other person to fix that and address it. Definitely don't deal with it. You have to love yourself and show people how to treat you. That's another thing. Show people how to treat you. You have to teach people because they don't know from their past relationship. They could do whatever, and then they try to do the same thing in this relationship and repeat those same patterns because they're familiar. You just have to say, no, that's not how it works over here. It's not what's going to happen. If you're with someone who puts his or her kids before you, what should you do? Respect it or let the relationship go? Give an ultimatum. A, you should respect it. And if it's always the kids before you, that's typical. You have to kind of give kids the parent, leeway with that and see how far they take it. But you should also be a priority too. And if you don't feel like that you have any room in a relationship, then you need to allow them to grow and get to know their child and maybe find someone else to hang out with and go. But the child comes first. If you're with someone, or if you're with someone and he or she disappears for days at a time, what should you do? Oh boy. That should be easy answer. But I guess it depends on how serious you are about that person. But what are they doing for weeks at a time? If they're not thinking about you, they're with somebody else most likely. Like Chris Brown, who has my residuals? Who's getting all the residuals here? So you, apparently, you're not the main. You're the side chick or side hunk, whatever you want to call it. You're in rotation. So don't take them seriously. And if you're not serious about them, then you just go hang out and be friends. Let the relationship go. Check him or her and give them a chance to change. Ignore it and stay with him or her. If you want something deep and you want something real, then that person should be contacting you every day, wanting to talk to you at least an hour a day. I think that's a good rule. And if they don't, then if they're not able to at least give you an hour a day, then that's really not a relationship. They're really not that into you. That's an easy way to find out. You should be able to have a conversation at least once a day. Communication is life to the relationship. Next question. If the person you're with isn't good at communicating, what should you do? I like how these questions are set up. Learn his or her communication style and let it be known that communication is a must. A. B. Emulate his or her communication style. C. Leave the relationship without trying. D.
When you get the kids to sleep,
express that it's needed and leave if he or she doesn't try.
What's weekly mojo?
I would say A and D. A and D. That was pretty easy. We try to learn their communication style because everybody doesn't communicate just like with words. Sometimes they like writing. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to open up. But they should be communicating in some way or form. Without it, your relationship will suffocate. It will suffer. If you're catching this on replay, answer the questions in the comments. If you move in together, whose name should be on the lease? I would say both of your names, so you can't be just kicked out if he decides to kick you out. But then again, well, in Florida, if you're paying a bill, then you're technically a tenant. So both or his or hers. I would say both. Especially if they are paying all the bills. Because technically then they can't kick you out. But when should you move in with your partner? It's a good question. Because it explores when you move in with someone, what are those activities you're going to be doing? Most likely, you're going to be a lot closer in proximity to each other. So you're going to get to see each other possibly naked when you're getting in and out of the shower, getting dressed in the morning, changing clothes. So that would lead to other things, opening doors for other things. So you probably should not move in together until you're married. But I know that's almost unrealistic. So maybe when you get engaged to get married, because that shows some semblance of seriousness. But that is also extremely tempting to go all the way and want to just jump into the full-blown marriage mode. And you can become wifey even though you haven't really gotten the ring on yet. So you don't need to be washing his clothes, cooking his meals, all those things before prematurely he technically deserves it. Unless you really know that this is the person, this is your guy, and that's something that you just really want to do. But you don't want to start anything that you can't continue. So if you don't like cooking, if you don't like washing clothes, or washing his clothes, then you may have to figure out how far are you willing to go to be a partner in that relationship. Let's see. Yeah. Why would you move in together? That's the whole point. Because you're saving money. Okay. That's a perk. But are you going to sleep in separate rooms? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So when you're married, that's the best answer. When you're engaged, and when it's serious, or when you feel ready, but you're not engaged or married. Yeah, drop it in the comments if you're catching the replay. Which one? Who should offer to pay for the first date? I think the man should offer to pay. Or if you have your own money, you can offer to split and pay your half, and you pay his half, go Dutch, and see if he offers to pay your half. If he doesn't, then you just pay your half. And that's not a deal breaker, but that is if sort of a red flag. Because if he's the guy, then technically when you all move on deeper into the relationship, he should be trying to be more of a provider. But it just depends, I guess, on where y'all at. If you're just building with him and he's taking steps to progress in his life and you're taking steps to progress in your life, you're at the same point in life, then you can go 50-50. But if you are being sexually active with him, or if y'all, this is just a date. So yeah, if you're sexually active, then you have to anticipate possibly becoming pregnant. And if that's the case, then he will have to take on the bills once you have the baby. So he definitely should be working towards becoming the breadwinner in order to take care of the household while you're not working. So that's a tricky one, even though it seems very simple. But you have to anticipate the whole evolution of the relationship. So the options are A, the man, B, go Dutch, or C, the woman. I'm kind of walking y'all through this. Maybe I should just ask the question. Should the woman allow a man to pick her up on the first date? No. You don't want to invite anyone over to your home and let them know where you stay. They could possibly not be a good match, or they may like you more than you like them, and they could, that could be a dangerous situation. Just take it slow. And set boundaries and let them know that you'll meet them at the restaurant and take a different route home if you drove, and make sure nobody's following you. 1, no. 2, she should pick him up. 3, yes. Interesting. Should a woman allow a man to walk her to her car on the first date? Yes, you can walk me to my car. I think that is okay. It's safe enough. He most likely is going to see your car anyway, and it just shows that he's thoughtful. You still want to be aware of your surroundings and make sure that he's a safe person before you go out with him. So maybe not walk to your car in the dark. Try to have an early, especially if this is a first date. Yeah. Try to make it an early date, maybe a coffee date, so it's in the daytime and it's a lot safer. No, A, no. B, yes. Is a kiss anywhere okay on the first date? Yeah, if you want to kiss a person's hand. I've seen that in a movie a couple times. So you can kiss the person's hand. I think that's fun. And answer A is no, B is yes. Let's get some more cards. Okay. If you're catching this on replay, answer the questions in the comments. Tonight we are playing a little game. Welcome in. Tonight we're playing an interactive relationship game using No Love card deck. And I'm presenting relationship scenarios and giving you 3 options. And each is worth a different number of points, but you won't know the score until after you vote. So test your relationship thinking, explore dating and relationship scenarios, discuss the red flags, boundaries, communication, discernment, and share your perspective in a safe, respectful way. So we can learn from each other and have fun at the same time, whether you're single or dating, or engaged, married, divorced, healing after heartbreak. This is a space for you to be honest. So you can grow and have some self-discovery. So participate in the chat by voting A, B, C, or D for each question. Keep track of your points and see how you score by the end of the live. And I guess I'll have to go through in the comments and give you a score. So remember, there is no perfect people, no perfect relationships, only opportunities to learn, grow, and love each other wiser. What should you do if you're with him or her and his or her ex shows up ready to fight? Not the X, my goodness. Try to de-escalate and leave immediately. A. B. Defend yourself if you have to. C. Fight them or ignore them and stay. I'm gonna let y'all decide on that one in the comments. I'm not gonna say. Put the ones that I don't answer to the side, because that's another tricky situation. And is the sex of any form on the first night okay? Is sex of any form on the first night okay? A, no. B, yes. I would say no, but y'all leave it in the comments. What date number is okay for an in-home date? I don't know if it's a date number, but 11 plus dates, A. B, 6 to 10 dates. C, 1 to 5 dates. What date number is okay? Cats eat all day long. It's been rainy too, so they can go outside. Okay. What should you wear on a first date? A, a chill but nice outfit. B, a formal or dressy outfit. C, something extremely revealing, sexy tight, or extremely casual, like flip-flops and PJs. Let y'all decide. What should you order to eat on the first date? Finger food or something not too messy. Something that's A. B, something not too expensive. C, something expensive, nothing. Or something messy. Okay. First date can be something really simple. It can be coffee. So easy, inexpensive combination. Okay. How many drinks are okay on the first date? I would say 1 or 2 or 0. Okay, so A is 0 to 1, B 2, C 3 plus.